Hello, my name is Erin Hall, and welcome to my Capstone video presentation over activating audio feedback. My name is Erin Hall, and I am a candidate in the Education Specialist Degree Program in Instructional Technology at Kennesaw State University. I began the program in June 2019 with anticipated graduation of December 2020. I graduated from Kennesaw State University in 2005 with a bachelor's degree in secondary social science education. I began teaching high school social studies immediately after in the Cherokee County School District. In 2009, I went back to Kennesaw State and received my Master of Education with a concentration in social science. After teaching 8 years in the face-to-face high school setting, I transitioned to online teaching at Georgia Virtual School. I currently teach social studies as a full-time instructor at Georgia Virtual School. My tenure at Georgia Virtual School has allowed me to expand into roles beyond teaching that have included leadership, technology, and development. While at GAVS, I have had the opportunity to serve as a content reviewer, a subject matter expert on course development projects, as an innovative teaching specialist responsible for evaluating the work of prospective new teacher hires, and as an instructional lead teacher responsible for overseeing department chair duties for the Social Studies Department. I also hold the Master Teacher distinction at GAVS. The setting for my capstone project was Georgia Virtual School. Georgia Virtual School is a program of the Georgia Department of Education's Office of Technology Services. The program operates in partnerships with schools and parents to offer curriculum to middle and high school students across the state. GAVS provides a teacher-led virtual classroom environment. Students also have access to online media and guidance centers to support them through their online experience. The program is SACS and Advanced Ed accredited. Georgia Virtual School is the Department of Education's headquarters for online education in the state of Georgia. The school provides high quality and rigorous courses aligned to the Georgia performance standards. There are over 100 course offerings at GAVS in core content areas, world languages, CTAE, electives, and several AP offerings. The school officially began in 2005 when Governor Sonny Perdue signed the Georgia Virtual School Bill into law, thus creating the first official online school in the state. After signing the bill, Governor Perdue answered questions to a live AP government class via a live internet stream from Winder Barrow High School about the program. His audience included 18 other classes in public libraries across the state. Today, enrollment for the fall semester 2020 at Georgia Virtual School illustrates a total of almost 14,000 students enrolled in 17,514 segments. There are 235 active courses and 490 course sections currently filled. By subject area, the highest enrollments are in world languages, with social studies a close second, and test prep accounts for the fewest number of enrollments. Regular education students make up 66% of the fall enrollment numbers. Almost 9% are being served under special education services, 21% are identified as gifted learners, and less than 1% of the students are served due to medical issues or hospital homebound. The problem or need that prompted this project proposal was the need for more effective teaching strategies to make the online learner feel more connected and engaged in their online classroom experience. The social presence of the teacher has a direct impact on students' perception of the course in the online learning experience. Students want to feel connected to a real live person rather than an online automaton. Students who feel connected to and valued by their instructors perform higher than those who do not. The online platform contributes to the challenges of relationship building between the two. One area of the online educational platform where instructors fall short is in quality feedback. Quality feedback should reflect accurate student progress, be meaningful, differentiated, individualized, and timely. Students should receive detailed comments that clarify understanding and help them with future assessments. This feedback should move the student from being a passive learner to an active one. But if students don't feel engaged with the instructor, they will not use the feedback in the most beneficial way. Online educators need ways to connect learners to quality feedback that promotes the learner to maximize their interactions with that feedback. Students who struggle the most in online learning are the students who fail to incorporate feedback effectively as they move forward with increasingly complex tasks. The project took place during the spring 2020 semester at Georgia Virtual School. The goal of the project was to increase the social presence in the online classroom by increasing the amount of quality audio feedback used by online teachers. In the early months of the semester, I worked to create my professional learning community in Weebly by creating a WebQuest course that delivered content to teachers on how to create high-quality feedback that meets the observation framework used at GAFS. Once the initial setup and creation of the learning space in WebQuest took place, teacher participants spent 4 weeks in the professional learning community. They learned best practices associated with audio feedback and began implementing audio feedback in their online courses. At the end of the 4 weeks, teachers submitted 2 artifacts that illustrate the use of high-quality audio feedback in their online classroom. During the course of the project, I had to amend the timelines due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The project was evaluated through the badging process at Georgia Virtual School. Badges are one way to recognize the skills and achievement and knowledge in the online learning environment. Badges are an online representation of skills or achievements that one has earned. They inspire, motivate, and establish credibility. Teachers who participated in the professional learning experience were required to participate in weekly discussions and submit artifacts illustrating the use of high-quality feedback in their online classroom that met the criteria of the observation framework. I worked with Teacher Quality to create a badge specific to this PLE. Teachers who successfully completed the PLE discussions and submitted artifacts received the newly created badge, and it was linked to their Georgia Virtual School Badger account. The project was prompted by the need for more effective feedback strategies for online teachers to improve the social presence of the teacher in the classroom. When encountering audio feedback, the students feel more connected and engaged with their online learning experience. Online teachers can bridge the gap and foster this connection through quality feedback. Teachers at Georgia Virtual School are already assessed in their ability to leave quality feedback through the online teaching observation framework. Indicators of success on this framework include leaving feedback that is meaningful and specific to the student and the assignment. One of the indicators of mastery levels includes the use of video, audio, or images in feedback to create student engagement. Through this project, GAFS teachers were asked to increase their use of high-quality audio feedback by 25% at the end of their participation in the month-long experience. The idea that the social presence of the teacher should increase as a result of an increase in using audio feedback. The goals for week 1 included 100% of teachers reflecting on their current practice of leaving audio feedback in their course and identifying their expected outcomes for the experience. These goals were achieved through an online discussion post and pre-survey that was used to gain information about the participants' past experience with audio feedback. As a leader and a coach throughout this process, these reflections helped me see where all of my participants were in terms of how confident they are in their ability to produce quality feedback and their past experiences with using audio feedback. In week 2, the key events planned for participants included a web quest with lessons on audio instructions on how to create audio feedback and exemplar examples of audio feedback. It was also planned that participants pass a short quiz over the content with a score of 85% or better. Participants were asked to watch a YouTube video on using audio feedback and read an article titled How to Give Your Students Better Feedback with Technology. Following these 2 resources, participants participated in a 5-question quiz to assess their understanding. This information helped the teachers become confident in the feedback that they were leaving in their online courses. For week 3, the project objectives included 100% of teacher participants using audio feedback at an increased rate of 25% in their online GAFT courses. For week 3, I created examples using Screencast-O-Matic on how to leave audio feedback on the various platforms available in the GAFS Learning Management System, as well as some outside Web 2.0 tools. The project goals for week 4 included 100% of teacher participants applying audio feedback in their courses at an increase of 25% from where they were at the start of the PLE. Participants were asked to submit 2 examples as artifacts and completed the post-project survey to reflect on their learning experience and to discuss whether or not they'd met their projected outcomes. During week 4, about half of the participants were able to finish the PLE, but I did have to work with a few to finish in the following weeks as a result of COVID-19, bringing changes to the spring semester. Several teachers reported that using audio feedback was a great time saver, and for that reason alone, they would continue to use it. They also reported excitement in using it in Canvas, as there were bugs in Brightspace that made it cumbersome to leave audio feedback directly within the LMS. The project was approved in fall of 2019, and the implementation took place in the spring of 2020. Throughout the end of 2019, I met with my assistant supervisor of instruction, and our teacher training specialist to discuss the implementation timeline, my work with teachers, and the platform for the project. As a result of these conversations, my project deviated in 2 ways. The first was the decision to use Weasley as my platform instead of Brightspace, and the second was to streamline the content of the project and to offer a badge verified by teacher quality to participants who successfully completed the project. During the course of the project itself, COVID-19 created some challenges. As a result, I modified the timeline for participants to complete weekly tasks in the project. Originally, all weekly tasks were to completed at the conclusion of each week prior to moving on to the next. However, due to COVID, at the beginning of week 3, I modified this requirement, asking the teachers to have all requirements completed by the end of March. The goals of this project were threefold. Teachers were to gain an understanding of the advantages of using audio feedback over written feedback, learn how to create and add audio feedback in their courses, and reflect on whether or not the feedback increased the social presence and connectedness between the teacher and student. Upon completion of the PLE, participants completed the post-survey, which illustrated that 89% of the participants increased their use of audio feedback during the PLE. Feedback was increased by at least 50% for those participants. The goal of the project was to increase audio feedback by at least 25%. The only participant who did not increase was already regularly using audio feedback prior to the beginning of the project. All participants found the project to be a positive experience, and they all reported at the conclusion they believed audio feedback to be an effective way to increase the social presence in the online classroom. Through this Capstone experience, I learned that the work of a technology facilitator is rigorous but rewarding. There is a great deal of planning that goes into creating learning experiences that are authentic and relevant. This planning includes the research behind best practices, what's currently going on in the school environment, and how to make it relevant and easy to implement for the teachers. Construction of my PLE allowed me to take what I have learned through the program at Kennesaw State University in terms of design and authentic learning to build my Weebly site in a way that would be easy to navigate for my participants. I also applied my knowledge of various Web 2.0 tools that we learned about throughout the duration of the program to offer my participants alternatives to the LMS. During the PLE, I had to offer support to teachers who fell behind, needed help with setting up their Brightspace settings to allow the microphone to work, and support when saving and submitting artifacts. The feedback on my capstone has been very positive, and it stands to reason that if the participants in this project felt that the experience helped them, others would benefit as well. Since the conclusion of my project, GAS has switched to Canvas as a learning management system, and the tools to implement audio feedback are far superior than those that they were using in Brightspace. I would like to thank Georgia Virtual School for helping me with this project, and specifically my supervisor of instruction, Joyce McKay, Carrie Madden from Teacher Quality, Corinne McNown, the instructional technology specialist, and Whitney Rhodes, our leading innovative teaching specialist at Georgia Virtual School. Their help was instrumental in successfully completing this project. Thank you for taking the time to view my video capstone for the Activating Audio Feedback Professional Learning Experience.